Falling milk prices has forced the National Union of Farmers and the campaign group Farmers for Action to meet today to discuss a solution. The dairy industry is worth £400 million a year to the West Midlands, but many farmers are struggling, with prices often below the cost of production. Well, our Rural Affairs correspondent David Gregory-Kumar is at the Staffordshire County show this evening. David, this issue, as we saw last night, along with the problems of TB and cattle, are making things quite difficult for farmers, aren't they? What's the mood there today?
Well, Mary, as I was wandering into the show here this afternoon, several farmers came up to me to talk about the dairy industry. One said he's, £2,000 a month down on what he was being paid this time last year. Another said, it's not just farmers feeling the squeeze, it's the people who supply them with things like equipment or even fertiliser. But particularly feeling the pinch of your traditional Midlands family-run dairy farms. And we went back to a farm near here in Leek where the family, we thought, were being paid the lowest price for milk anywhere in the Midlands this time in February. And we went back to see how they're doing now.
Brooklyn Georgina, she's the Ayrshire, having a good brush, is entering Best Maiden Heifer at the Staffordshire Show. It's a chance for the Higtons to think about something else apart from the price of milk, perhaps even think about the future of the farm.
Firstly, we'd like to put in a new parlour. We've got a very, very old-fashioned parlour at the moment, which isn't really as efficient as it could be. So therefore it would be a huge saving as regards labour, electric and all other costs to be able to just update the parlour a little bit, yes.
But replacing this parlour depends on a better milk price. In February, the Higsons were facing the lowest price in the Midlands, around 13 pence a litre.
We did manage to find another buyer that gave us 18 pence flat for the next 3 months, looking to give us a better contract in July.
So that's good news.
Yeah, well, we hope so, yeah.
But the price will still be well below the cost of production, and long term it's not sustainable. And other dairy farmers in the Midlands are already at the end of their financial and emotional tether.
If you read the farming press, there are still plenty of adverts in the local area and right across the Midlands for farmers selling up and getting rid of their dairy herds, getting out of the business completely.
Get up at 5:15 every morning and think, God, I'm getting up for 18 pence this morning. What's the point?
If we got a level playing field, it would give the small farmer, the small family dairy farm, at least a chance of being able to stay in the business. And like our own daughters that want to carry on the business, it's their future. Else at the moment, that's not going to happen.
Above the farm, the roaches are today covered in mist, hard to make out. And so too is the long-term future of this and many other family dairy farms in the Midlands.
So with us is Rob Newbury, who's in charge of the NFU here in the West Midlands, also a former dairy advisor to the National Farmers Union as well. Rob, the Higtons there asking for a level playing field. What can the government do, if anything, to help farmers?
I think to start with, when we talk about a level playing field, the competitive environment in which dairy farmers, beef farmers, sheep farmers are trading is really important. So, we need less red tape. We need an environment in which British farmers can be competitive with farmers outside of the UK, farmers in Germany, the Netherlands. So, things like the rules in which we produce food, environmental regulations, tax regulations, and also things like controlling disease like bovine TB. We need an effective eradication plan to get rid of bovine TB from our herds. And you heard about the damage of bovine TB in your report yesterday.
But what about this meeting today? I mean, you're very traditional, you lobby Parliament. The Farmers for Action are quite lively traditionally. What were you meeting about today?
Well, I think to start with, the fact is the industry needs to work together. Farmers are facing volatility. You heard about milk prices being high and then dropping down really low. That's about global commodity prices. So we need to find tools to help farmers manage volatility, and we need to do it together. Now, consumers, they can think, how can I back British farming? So they can look to food companies, retailers, food manufacturers. What are these people doing to ensure a sustainable price? And then we need these food companies, these manufacturers, to pay farmers a long-term sustainable price and perhaps get into relationships where the farmer knows what he's going to get for a longer period.
Thank you very much, Rob Newman. We'll be here at every agricultural show in the Midlands from now on, looking at a different sector of farming, Mary, every time. But for now, back to you in the studio.
David, thanks very much.